Welcome to Attican Plays Railroad Corporation. All right, hi, this is Attican and welcome to Series 10, Episode 6 of Railroad Corporation Civil War DLC. We're playing Mission 2 now, which is called Cotton Shortage. And this is Part 3 of Mission 2 for us. Is that enough numbers? So, let's just take a look. Let's just figure out where we are. We have a beautiful passenger mail thing going on, connecting a whole bunch of big cities. We're making lots and lots of money. Our trains are just making us a whole bunch of money. Our quarterly revenue is up very, very high. You can see it's getting approaching $1 million a quarter now in revenue. So we're looking pretty. Is that actually? I think that's profit. No, that's revenue. Yeah, it is. That's net profit. So net profit of $1 million a quarter. So you can do pretty much whatever you want once you get to that point. So what we're doing here is delivering uniforms to Washington, and to get this reputation gained with the Army and with the South, with both the North and the South, we are shipping goods. We've got steel and bricks and lumber going to the south, and we've got the same three going to the north. We're not doing anything with gunpowder. That's the highest payoff. It's the most costly to get into, but I think I'd like to get into that as well. So we have a gunpowder mill up here that we could use, but I think we could build our own. Washington is basically a big army camp. But it doesn't have any open slots. There's no warehouses or spots, or, there's no places for us to put industry. Now, we could put one in Wilmington. There's already a gunpowder mill there. I mean, we could put our own in there, I guess, and not have to pay. But I think let's just use this one. Let's just pump stuff into Wilmington. Coal and pyrite and wood and saltpeter, and let's just see where we can get those things. Okay, we can get saltpeter right out here. That's very convenient, actually, at Point of Rocks, and we've already got a station there. We can get our wood at Sandy Bridge. We can get what's coal? Was coal one? No, coal wasn't one of them. Pyrite. We need pyrite and sorry, salt. We got the wood. We can get coal. Found the saltpeter. We need pyrite. So where is pyrite? And when I was doing this before, I went all the way out here to get coal. By the way, there's the pyrite right there. And missed this coal right here in Fairmont, which would have been useful. But as it is, it's turned out nicely because we've got, you know what we've got? We got that. I want to just keep expanding and get more and more of this reputation, because the one regret I have from Mission 1, now that I know how it works and I know that this reputation carries over, I would have stayed and squeezed what we could out of Mission 1 before we left. We left earlier than we had to, right? We didn't have to leave that early. But Webster Springs here is interesting. It's got a lot of good stuff. It's got an oil well, too. My goodness. I mean, we could make all kinds of money, but money's not the thing now. Now the thing is just getting brownie points with the North and the South. So I want to set up this Fairmont has an open spot, and Philippi here, West Virginia, has an open spot. So we could, and there's probably one here. Yeah, Morgantown has an open spot. So we could kind of put whatever we need in there. That isn't a raw material. I don't think you can create your own raw material. Okay, well, all right. Well, first of all, let's get Pyrite going to Baltimore, and let's see if that's going to be an easy trip. It can go down like this. It can go through Martinsburg and Point of Rocks and like that. Yeah, that works just fine. I mean, that's just fine. So let's get a Forney and go up here. We can haul 5 at a time. And we can, and I said, well, I don't know what I said, but this is what I meant, Wilmington. And we can't really take anything back, but we could take something back to, what's the last city on our stop? Martinsburg. So we could take, we could load up passengers, optionally. And unload those at Martinsburg on the way back. So minimal deadheading. I like that. Let's do a couple of those. There's Pyrite heading in. And we'll actually make money on that. Even though the price of it's gone up some, we'll still make money on it. Iron ore at Point of Rocks. Sells iron ore higher. Are we buying iron ore at Point of Rocks? We are, so we do not want them to do that. We'll put some lobbyists on that, see if we can stop that nonsense. Buy a Forney. Haul 4 saltpeter to here. Pick up some mail. Unload it. In Washington. And head on back. So we've got saltpeter going. We've got a couple of trains of pyrite. It's farther away. We need the wood. Now we can just get wood from right here. Yeah, sure enough. We'll haul 7 wood. And I think we'll just haul the wood and be done with it. And coal. We need coal. I think I'd like to go ahead and hook Fairmont into the system. And we will run 6 coal to Wilmington. And let's run a couple of those. All right, let's see what that does for us. And where we really need to be doing this is in the south. That's where we're probably farther behind. Does the south have... The south has a buying spot in Richmond. Does it have a gunpowder mill down here? It may not. I wonder if we could build our own. Let's find out. We could. We will. All right. We have a gunpowder mill in Lynchburg. Let's start running coal to it. Let's start running wood to it. There is no wood in the south, it doesn't seem like. I'll tell you what I think we're going to do. We're going to let's pause for a second here. Let me catch up on a couple of things. We're already lobbying that. Textiles in Fredericksburg sells them higher, but we own it, so I don't think we have to worry about that. Now what I'm going to do is build a right through the mountains here and right on through to Blacksburg. So we'll go from Webster Springs to Blacksburg, right through those mountains. This should cost a pretty little penny. Oh, that's nothing, 70 grand. And we will double track that. Okay. And just as Johnny's noted and others of you have probably noticed, you can do this. We can go, if I could hit it, here. Drive on the right, drive on the right. So you can set the directions for your track. I only do it though when I build something like that that's, you know, nobody's running on that. It's pure. I can go ahead and set it. I don't really, in fact, if there was anything else in here, and there isn't, this is all just mountains. If there was anything in there, I wouldn't even do that because it messes you up when you do merges like this. You have to play with it way too much. It's much more complicated than it needs to be. So we did all that for a few reasons. One, well, I think there's a few. One is we're going to take wood from Fairmont and run it all the way down here to our new gunpowder mill. And I think we can pick up some, let's see, what's available to take back? No, none of the town need anything. We're talking small towns here. That's all right. Just run like that. And let's run at least 3 of those for now. All right, so we've got Blacksburg. Okay, we've got coal. We've got wood. They need pyrite and saltpeter. Oh, look at this. They can get pyrite right there, nice and close. Run a couple of those and saltpeter. Where are they going to get saltpeter? Well, they can get it from Salisbury, way over here. Man, that's some ugly bridges there. They can get it from up here in the north. Yep, let's just do that. Grab saltpeter, go down to Lynchburg, pick up some passengers, and drop them off on your way to Point of Rocks. Drop them off at Fredericksburg. Okay, and apply. We'll copy that one, and I'm going to build a little connection here so they don't have to go through Washington every time. All right, so we've got what do we got coming in here? We've got saltpeter, wood, pyrite, coal. All right, we're just going to let them run for a bit until we start making some gunpowder, and then we'll start shipping the gunpowder. Now, the good news is the one down here in the south, we own this industry, so we're not going to have to pay that $12,000 a pop for the pyrite. Notice our money too. Our money is dropping quickly because we are paying for stuff all over. I got to really watch this closely. We got to watch this. And what's going on here? Sells paper lower. We actually wouldn't mind that if we had a coal in Blacksburg. Oh, we do care about that. Iron and Port of Rocks, we care about that. We're already doing that one. This coal in Blacksburg we care about as well. So our money's going right back up, no problem. All right. Let's bump up our law. Ooh, we got 30 days left. We would love for you to sell that lower, so we'll throw all three of our remaining lobbyists on it and hope for the best. Now let's just see if either of our gunpowder mills are making stuff yet. All right, we've passed the test on the Army, but we want to do better than that. And we're gaining on the South, so, and again, we want to do better than that. Okay, here we go. We're getting gunpowder here. So let's set up a line. Stuff's heavy. 3, 2, DC. Let's slow down for a second here. Let's load up. See, these are getting tapped out now. We're just going to let it run. We're tapping out all the people. And let's see if we're getting anything in the south yet. We are. And they can take that to Richmond. Okay, now, the other thing that struck me, and this is the first time I've seen this, so I don't know, but they keep giving us these cotton. Of course, they're cheap. In Salisbury. 1900. What are they normally? Cotton is 1300. They're actually expensive. Okay, so what I'm thinking is it'd be nice to take this cotton and start saving it somewhere. You know, like run it up north. I mean, it is grown in the South. We are about to go to war. What year are we in? 1863? Well, we're already in war. I'm not sure how that works. We could run it all the way up. I want to find the furthest south plot of land in a city we have that isn't south of Washington. Okay. Frederick. Hey, yeah, let's just make Frederick. We're going to buy that. We're going to put in a warehouse. And we're going to expand it and expand it. It'll hold 50. And we're going to start shipping cotton into it from wherever we can get it, which would be down here in Chesapeake. We can haul 9 at a time. Let's do, no, 9's fine. 9 at a time and go up here to Frederick and unload it into that warehouse. And we can pick up some mail. Let's do some mail and some passengers. And go back to Chesapeake and unload. And let's run a couple of those. Now that'll put warehouse of stuff in Frederick, and then let's do the same thing if we can somewhere else. Probably, I think I saw one in Wilmington. Let's buy a plot of land in Wilmington, put a warehouse in it, expand it twice, and set up a line from this cotton way down here. Okay, load up cotton, take it to Wilmington, drop it off, load up passengers, drop those off in Lynchburg on your way back to Blacksburg. And let's run a couple of those and go. Okay, we've hit both of our goals. Oh, you know what? There's cotton in Lynchburg. Let's do another warehouse. I'm just paranoid that this is going to come and bite us. We can put another warehouse here in Wilmington. And we can go down here to Lynchburg. And go up here to Wilmington. I don't know which warehouse is which. And we'll cancel that for a second. This warehouse is fully developed. This warehouse, here we go. That's the one I didn't use. I assume it's that's. I don't know which one it is. Okay. This is Blacksburg to Wilmington. This one's going to drop off Lynchburg. Pick up cotton in Lynchburg. Take it to there. And go over here and get some people because we're not really tapping into the Philly market enough. Go get some people there and then drop them off probably in Lynchburg, yeah. And let's do a couple of those. That'll give us a nice profitable, even though it's not getting paid for any of the cotton deliveries, it'll actually make a lot of money with a long line of passengers going all the way from Philadelphia to Lynchburg. Leather, not a big concern. We know there's no research for us to do. We're doing great on our reputation. We got that kind of nailed. So let's just go ahead. Let this run for a bit. Looks like we maybe could use one more train taking where's our train? Right here. Let's copy that guy. And let's go see how we're doing up here at our other one to see if we're making gunpowder up here. Nah, we're keeping up with this one. It's slow getting saltpeter. Where's that come from? Right here. We'll put another train on that line. And what's this law? Sell saltpeter lower. Please do. Okay. Bricks to, okay, now we're getting a contract. Bricks to Washington. We're already set up for that, so all we have to do, it'll be a special contract, so we can figure out our brick train to Washington. Well, you know what we can do? We can just put another train on it. And put it on the contract. This one right here. And go. I'll tell you what, I've been complaining that the game doesn't scale up well, but look at this. We're running 57 trains right now. And we got a lot of activity going on, and there is some backup here, but we got a lot of stuff happening in Lynchburg, maybe arguably too much stuff. I mean, look at this. We got stuff going into a steel mill and a brickworks and a gunpowder mill. Our money is, so we're not making quite as much now because we're kind of selling out a little bit to do the all the stuff we're trying to do. Bricks to Richmond. Yeah, sure, we can do that. Hold on. Bricks to Richmond. Where are we doing bricks? Right down here. Harrisonburg sells grain lower. It doesn't matter. We're not using them. Now I'm suspicious that I've put everything in this warehouse for the cotton and nothing in this one. But if that's true, we'll just switch it over when this one gets full. And that would give us 100 and plus 50 here. We have 150 extra cotton. So we shouldn't have any, yeah, we've got it. We've got it covered. So even if they cut cotton off, we've got it in storage that we can ship to a textile plant and make the textiles and get our uniforms done. So I think we're in good shape. I think we're just going to let it run like this. Because we're already way ahead on reputation. Of course, you can't get high. You can't get too high. We saw it last time, but at the same time, I don't want to sit here and play the same scenario over and over. See, make sure this is a super station. It is. By that, I mean it's going as fast as it can go for getting these trains in and out of there. There's a lot of activity going on in Lynchburg. I think, I'm not 100%, but we might have trains that go like that. So we'll give them a connection in case we do. Now we could speed this up, right? We could very easily set up this kind of setup for making uniforms. We could do that again. It would not be hard at all to do that again, maybe up north somewhere. Like here, right here. Here's a clothes factory. You know, we could, there's lots of things we could do. But I don't want it to go any faster because I want this number to get as high as possible to put us in good shape for the next mission. So as long as this is cranking out stuff, and it is, we'll just go at whatever pace it goes at. Okay. The Army wants 12 more bricks to Washington. Good. We'll accept that. Shoot, let's just put another train on it. Let's see how far we can push this. And let's go to that other contract in Washington, which... right here. Now the question is, are we getting coal to the bricks fast enough? Yeah, we certainly are. We're making bricks as fast as they can be made right here in Cumberland. And we're certainly shipping them out as fast as they can be made. Okay, we finished one of our brick requests, so that means that we can take this train that was delivering the bricks and have it unload into the other contract. There we go. And can we name these trains? No, we can't. I'd love to name those last two trains. Let me just see what they are. 57, it's 57, 58, and 59. They're going to be our specialty trains. And we got one sleeping. Oh, look at this. I've had one sleeping the whole time. That's a complete waste. Where's our brick? Where's our bricks? Let's have it. Let's have it go away. Anything else going on up here? Everybody's in good shape. Everybody's running. Don't see anybody asleep except for the one we just dealt with. Looking good. All right, wood and sandy bridge. Sells wood lower. Please do. Reduces profit. No, you don't want to do that. Passengers in Washington, yes, you do want to do that. And we don't care about that one. Wood in Harrisonburg. Yep, don't care about that one. Okay, Frederick's growing. It has new land available. Okay, halt. So we got our southern bricks done. That should be, let's see, this guy right here. So why don't you just, for the time being, keep that same route, only unload into Richmond and get us brownie points. Army request weapons. We got plenty of money. And this is where I wish you could put this off to the side and think for a minute. I mean, we know we've got a spot in Frederick. We saw that. What would we need? We would need weapons, need steel, which we're making, and lumber, which we're making. And we're making both of them right next to Frederick. All right, I'm going to accept that. Because even if we don't make it, I don't think the penalty is going to hurt us. We're going to go to Frederick here. And we're going to It said there was land available in Frederick, didn't it? I mean, I clearly saw that message. Where is this land? Oh, come on. Okay. Well, there is one in Point of Rocks. Steel to Point of Rocks would be easy. Lumber to Point of Rocks would be easy. All right. We'll buy that. And we'll put in a weapons factory in Point of Rocks. And that weapons factory needs... Oh, no. I was thinking lumber. It needs lubricant from oil, so that's fine. We've got oil, not quite so convenient, but there's an oil well right here. So we can put a refinery right here. Okay, and I'm going to buy a best friend, if I can find one. There we go. And I'm going to have it go right here and pick up oil and drop off oil. Okay, and it's just going to keep doing that. And the reason I'm adding so many, I know it'll just loop, but there's a method. What's it doing? Okay, unload at the refinery, load from the well. Okay, apply. And we're going to improve this station. And that line we just made by our little best friend is going to get repairs at the very end on its last one. That's why I put so many in there, so it wouldn't just be constantly getting repairs. Okay, that's going to give us the oil. We're going to create kerosene and lubricants. So we're going to need to be able to carry those lubricants four at a time to our new weapons factory. And let's expand this guy too. Okay, and then steel. Oh, we got plenty of steel. Okay, and then this one, we're going to need a couple more of those. Okay, so we're going to have a bunch of lubricants and steel coming here, and then eventually we're going to want to be able to pick up the weapons. It's a short trip. I'm going to just carry two at a time and apply them to that contract right there. and go. Okay. Oh my God. Tools to Richmond. If I could remember. Okay, tools I think are the steel and lumber. That's what I was thinking about before. All right, yeah, we'll take that. Let's see if we can do it. Tools to Richmond. Oh, look here. I could have done Culpeper and had a much shorter run for the lubricants to the weapons factory, but that's all right. Tools. Oh, we don't have a good lumber source down here either. Crap. Yeah, lumber is a bit of a problem. Okay, there's a tool factory in Martinsburg, so we wouldn't have to build one. And we've got steel. That's no problem. We just need some lumber. But this one's getting tapped out. Why don't we go up here? There's logging up here in Fairmont. So why don't we put a saw? Do we have a sawmill here? No. Let's put a sawmill in Fairmont. And let's get a train that goes nope. In fact, let's get a another best friend and have it go here. We'll have it do 5 times and then get repaired. Unload at the sawmill. I'm gonna have it, and he'll give the town a couple. No. Sawmill. Apply, and then we're going to bump this guy up too. And then that little best friend that we just bought right there is going to get his repairs on his last time through. Okay, so that should start feeding logs into that sawmill. And then we take the lumber and move it to our the tools factory. Where is that? Right here. And can we buy that? No, we can't buy it, and we won't attempt to. And then we're going to take and I'm not going, let's see, this guy here. Okay, lumber to Martinsburg, right. I'm going to have him load steel. And unload into the tool factory. Because I don't want, I could have just a steady flow, like put a best friend in there and have it take steel, put it in there, but he would use all the steel. And we need the steel for our weapons and other things. So when this guy comes down with the lumber, he'll also throw in some steel. Let's see, 20, they're even and even. So let's have him try to pick up 5. Load 2 more. Unload 2 more. And go. Now that should create tools. We'll carry them 4 at a time to somewhere, Richmond. Oh, there it is. Okay, that should do all that. Oh, look at that. We've got a steel mill here. I should have just used this steel to make the tools. That would have been much smarter. But it doesn't matter. Wonder if our best friends ever made it. What's that? Oh, I got one I haven't assigned. Okay, Army request bricks is done. Where would that be? That would probably be this guy right here, yeah. So let's just have him sell bricks into the Army camp. And is this our best friend? No, this is the Forney. It beat the best friend up there, no surprise. Is this the best friend? Yeah, here we go. Chugging along. Let's watch what it does. There we go. Now we've got our logging camp feeding our sawmill. It's a war. A recently proclaimed Confederate States of America has attacked the Union Fort Sumter near Charleston. Confederate States consider the fort its property since Fort Sumter is located deep inside their territory. However, President Lincoln disagrees with such an opinion. It's not a political crisis anymore, it is a war. At least we made it possible to have our army ready for such a development. We will now need your logistics skills next to the front line. Finish the uniform delivery and hurry to Burlington. Okay, well, we're almost done. Look at that. We're at 68 out of 70. I mean, we're basically, we're about as far as we're going to go. All this stuff we've been doing here lately was just for fun. There. We're done. Okay. So I think we did all right. We did... we got over, our goal was 100 for credit with the Union and the South, and we got over 200 for both. And we hit all our objectives, so we've done okay there. So I thought that was a really good mission. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll join us for our next one when we take on Mission 3. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it'll help you become a better player, and I hope you'll join us for our next Railroad Corporation video. Thank you.